Hey YouTube, it's your girl Duchess back for another review. This time we're looking at Basketball Wives. Thank you so much for popping into my channel. I cover entertainment and then we use some of the people that we see on the screen and have more in-depth conversations as well as um, I said that. Kind of to just kind of spark conversations to help our community grow. Ciao. I forgot my little spiel. I'm gonna get better though. I enjoy this episode. This is kind of what I'm looking for. A girls' trip, lots of fun, lots of drinks, some crazy wild moments, things that you can look back at and laugh, and more of the fun and the healing and less of the drama. I don't mind a little drama, but they did a good balance and I thought they brought it this episode. So, let's get into it. And before we do, check the community wall. It is promotion time, so don't you guys forget that. And I was going to drop a trivia question, but I'm going to break it down a little bit later. I'll come back to that. So let's get started. Laura Govan is reintroduced into the scene, and Jen brings her in, and everybody has a warm reception. Like they haven't seen her in a while. I follow her on social media, and I agree with her. She is like all into her kids and stuff. She still looks great though. And so Laura sits down. Oh, this was funny. Jacille is like, who the hell is this lady? She is clueless. And I get it because Laura's season was, I mean, it was a while ago. So I understand why she doesn't know who Laura Govan is. And she really has not been in the entertainment streets. Let me make sure that I'm not okay. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't muted. So anyway, Laura sits down and she immediately addresses Jackie. And I appreciated that from um so many different directions. One, it was a sign of respect for Jackie. It's kind of like the OG or whatever. And then she kind of knows how Jackie is. So if Jackie has smoke for her, it's best to be on the offense and go ahead and put it out there than to be on the defense, especially after all these shots of tequila these ladies took. So she apologized to her. She said she had a conversation with her daughter, and she know that she didn't know about it. And as a mom, she wouldn't appreciate that. So she felt like she was owed an apology. And Jackie was very receptive. She wasn't even phased for it. She was like, "I'm not tripping like that, but I do appreciate your apology." Brandy, well, maybe Jacille made, like her champion this whole episode was having the healthy grown woman conversations to help us all move forward and that sort of a thing. She's like way, way over the drama. So that comment may have surfaced, but Brandy took that as an opportunity to try to address Evelyn. She expressed to her that she was very open with her and that she shared some vulnerable topics. And it seems like Evelyn uses that to, especially her marriage, she uses that to kind of attack her or use it as a weapon against her. And Evelyn was like, "Well, did you come for me first?" And Brooke was like, "No, I was calling you on your stuff." And basically holding you accountable. So I don't see it like that. And Evelyn saw it exactly like that. She was not entertaining, and this girl is definitely not getting a conversation or an apology from her. So she really might as well drop it and what I would say to Brooke is just peep game for what it is. And, I didn't think it was a good idea to be expressing as much as you were with Evelyn anyway. So just see her for what she is and, kind of let that go. Because if she gets an apology from Evelyn, it's not like that it will be the last time that they have this situation surface. Evelyn doesn't really care for Brandy. And if she does, not enough to care about her feelings just yet, I think. So I think she need to just drop it. Anyway, um so Jacil keeps on with the campaign and brings in Cheyenne because they had not seen Cheyenne or really had a conversation with her since the whole brunch thing happened. And that began to go left. There was a lot of back and forth with that. And it was funny to see Laura's response because I kind of like had her had her response. You cut to her face and she's thoroughly entertained. And she mentions that she's entertained. And Jackie says it's like watching a tennis match back and forth. And that's kind of like what it, what it looked like. Cheyenne says that there was gay bashing. And so they're trying to explain to Cheyenne, you didn't see what was happening. You didn't see what was going on. And she maintains that she was at the door. They show a glimpse of the door, like roll the footage, and I don't see her. I see her friend who is in a suit and giving it just as hard as the girls were giving. And so it was kind of like a verbal standoff of who can make the best threats and who whoever was the loudest or most convincing if there was a fight, who would win that fight, because they all were going like back and forth, and this was the person who um I thought was maybe security, but they were really really turned up. It happened to be a gay woman in a suit with a boy cut. So that was kind of like her presentation. And Brooke said, you might look like a dude, but you could still get your butt dragged just like a dude. Like it was, that's, I'm probably, I have to say that I'm paraphrasing because I don't know if that was the exact term, but that's what she said. And, well, kind of like the gist of what she said. And so, Jacil is like, I have been in this community for a very long time, and I didn't see that as gay bashing. And Cheyenne is not seeing that. So, I mean, did y'all think it was gay bashing? I thought it was more like, let's say we take Trish from Love and Marriage Huntsville, because Trish she's a pretty girl. Don't get me wrong, but she is chiseled in the muscle area. She's very chiseled. Um, and her face is pretty strong, again, in terms of the muscle, muscle tone, very in shape, like that sort of a thing. So I can see her being in that situation and someone saying, you may have all the muscles or you may be buff, but that don't mean I won't, go there with you, or that don't mean I can't take you down. I think it was more along those lines than, you know gay bashing. The woman was putting herself in a position of authority, and not just in a position of authority, it was pretty aggressive authority, right? Pretty threatening authority. So that's kind of how I saw it. I didn't really see it as gay bashing, but I'm curious to know, what does the audience think? So anyway, moving on from that. Cheyenne and Brooke, like they not Cheyenne and Brooke. Jacil takes Brooke off to a side conversation. They're going to continue their conversation because it's not going to be successful at the table. And Cheyenne was getting pretty upset, if I remember. And Jacil offered for Jackie, or was trying to encourage Jackie to come with them because, you know, Cheyenne was leaving the party and it was Jackie's friend. And Jackie was like, I ain't going nowhere. We hear from Jackie later, like that wasn't my fight, that was her fight. Um, so Jackie didn't leave, and I thought that that was kind of like Jackie was like, "Listen, Laura Govan is here. I don't know what else is gonna happen at this table. Brandy and Evelyn and already popped off. I'm just glad it's not me and in the mix, and I'm not gonna miss this entertainment." That seemed like that was Jackie's position. Anyway, so in the next scene, Brooke, Brandy, and Jaceel are kind of hanging out on the beach. And so Brooke takes this as an opportunity to address her and Brandy's issues. And she says to Brandy, I care about you, you are my friend, and I just want to know, what is it about me that makes you think that I'm not able to make good decisions? And um Brandy tells her like it was that date and it was such a short time span, and I've seen you go through so much and deal with so much, that I just don't want to see you hurt. And that's really the position that I was coming from. And I feel like when you don't like what I say, you take digs at my marriage. And Brooke accepted that, and she acknowledged that she does. And so they apologize to each other, and it seemed very genuine and authentic in this moment. I would like for the conversation that they had on the beach with Jaceel is the same conversation that they could have had before we have to watch them have these ugly exchanges. So I'm still kind of wondering if these ladies are really if if they really are that great of friends, because now I got this whole script production thing hanging out in my head from all the tea going on over there on the other side of the world, in the own world. Um, and is she making up with Brandy because she's upset with Evelyn about bringing Jackie? Like, I did have that thought, but I did like them making up and acknowledging how they can sometimes hurt each other and why. And hopefully these ladies will kind of stay on the right, you know, on the right track. So it was a good scene between the two of them. I do want to say this because I forgot to mention, while they were at dinner, Brooke did address Jen, where she said that her and her dude situation was not Jen and her fiance. uh, and Jen owned that, and she explained it. And Brooke basically told them, listen, when I came to you guys talking about this guy that I was dating, I was just really happy and excited, and I wanted you to share in the excitement. I didn't ask for your commentary or your opinions. Just let me and my Hello Kitty have some fun, okay? And I'm gonna be fine. I'm not in that place anymore. I'm good now. I'm healed. And me and my Hello Kitty, we just want to have a good time. And the ladies were here for that. Since she put it that way, they were definitely here for that. So let's see. Da-da. Oh, okay. So then Brooke mentioned to Jen. Okay, so not Jen. This is her and Brandy. Now that we've gotten that straight, let's talk about you and Evelyn. And so they agreed that basically it was a double standard, and they still have sort of an issue with her and the Jackie situation. They agreed there, and we're going to keep it moving. So they're on a private beach. It looks like Evelyn is either hosting this trip, or she's definitely hosting um this next event. So she's planned for a tequila tasting for the ladies on the beach, with cabanas and food and drinks on top of drinks on top of drinks. Jen and Jackie haven't made it yet. They're out. Jackie decides to take Jen out to kind of just, because Jackie is also using this opportunity to kind of make up with the girls on a one by one basis, and I appreciate that from her, and I think that that's the best strategy because it really was successful. So she has Jen out, um in the city on the strip. They're admiring, the scenery basically, and the different colors and all of that. They get to a beach, and Jen is like, "You know how to get me, girl. You bring me to the beach." So they get to the beach, they sit down, they have a seat, and they begin talking. And Jen doesn't waste any time. Um, Jackie is open to whatever her issue is, and she wants to own it and address it. So Jen brings up the nude photo that she shared of her. And at first, I don't even remember this new photo, but I remember it was from, if it's the one that I'm thinking about, it was from years ago, like many, many years ago. Because and when they get into their games, they're talking about the grooming of it all down there, and the photo resurfaces. So I think that's the photo that they're talking about. I thought it was something more recent, but we're talking, I mean, I would say at least 4 or 5 years ago, if not longer, maybe. Anyway, probably the last season that I watched. Okay, so Jackie explains that she, well, maybe not, because she talked about Kanye's wife, and that's something more recent. Child, I don't know. Anyway, Jackie explains that she and the person who shared that with her, they shared that. Well, maybe no, that was probably her and Brandy's conversation. Anyway, her and the friend was talking about Kanye's wife and how she walks around nude or whatever. And the friend mentioned Jen. And Jackie was like, "That's not my Jen. Are you sure? That can't be my Jen that you're talking about." And so she went to look it up because she didn't believe it. And she sent that photo to the friend, like, "Is this what you're talking about?" Because when she said that, she looked it up and she didn't believe it, and that's where the photo came from. And Jen said, "Yeah, but it looked like you shared it with her." And so that was her explanation. "I shared it not to out you. I shared it to confirm if this is the photo that you're talking about." And it was in poor taste, and I take full ownership in that, and whatever I need to do to kind of get it redacted or taken down, I'm willing to help you do that. And whether it's true or not, the story was believable. In hindsight, I'm sure that there's a lot of different ways that that could have been addressed, in terms of, you didn't have to share the video. You could have just, I mean, the photo, you could have just said, "Hey, girl, I saw it," or, whatever. And so it can leave that kind of question there if Jackie is being honest. At the same time, what else do you have to go on? So Jen accepts her apology. I thought it made sense. And she acknowledged that it was in poor taste. And Jen was very clear: "I don't want to be on a merry-go-round. Like, I like you too. And, things can be fun and we can have a great time and all of that. But I kind of want this kind of stuff to stop. So, just do better. Like, I'm not even tripping about it like that, but, just continue to do better." So that was them. They get to, okay, so they're back. They begin to, are we at the beach? Excuse me. This is kind of simultaneously. So Evelyn is showing them their, the tequila table, the food, the cabanas, which cabanas are theirs, and everybody kind of take a seat. So Evelyn is on one side, and Jen, no, not Jen, Brooke, Brandy, and Laura Govan is under a cabana. Evelyn has to be over on the other side with Jacille. Jacille must be who's over there. So Brandy and Jackie join them, and Brandy comes over to the side with Brooke and Laura, and Jackie joins Evelyn and Cheyenne. I forget that Cheyenne is there too. So um, anyway, they're asking Laura, so what do you think about everybody? Like, how are you adjusting? And she doesn't have anything negative to say. Everybody gets a, like a clean slate with her or whatever. They start at 100 and they can get that F just depending on how they interact with her. So Brooke tells her the apology that she gave to Jackie, she didn't feel like she deserved that because of what Jackie has done to her in regards to her daughter. And Laura says, well, maybe it's something that I can talk with her about. She didn't buy into what Brooke was serving up. And I appreciated that because she had the same sentiments in her confession. I can't remember if she said this to Brooke, but she had the same sentiments. Like, one doesn't have to do with the other. Me and Jackie's situation is totally different from your situation. But I can empathize with how you must feel about it. And that's really not cool. So I'm going to try to talk with Jackie about it and see if we can squash it. And I thought that was a good approach. I appreciate it, Laura. I'm really, really, really liking Laura. Laura. Lauren. No, Laura's her name, Laura Govan. I'm really liking her in this. So she kind of like sidesteps that and just says that she'll talk to Jackie. They see Jackie and Jen are in a better place. So they ask about that, like what happened. And, Jen basically tell them that she apologized. She accept the apology and it's good. So they are tasting tequila and they're taking shots of tequila. It's about 3 or 4 shots that they take. And I'm thinking, like, y'all, I'm watching this whole episode, bracing myself, like, oh my goodness, all these drinks are flying. These girls are gonna get it like popping. And they really don't do that. So I was excited. I was really, really pleased with this episode, but I was getting concerned with all them shots of tequila. So Laura does pull Jackie aside and try to have the conversation with her, like, you and Brooke, can we let this go? Hey, Jay, you back. I appreciate you coming back, girl. How you doing? Again, thank you. And I want to hear about more about that channel that you're setting up. I heard you mention that you had another channel. Okay. So she does pull Jackie aside and she's like, listen, this thing with you and Brooke, can y'all just put this to bed? And Jackie says that she would like to, but the way that she's been coming at me, I can't let it go down like that. Like, you come at me, I'm coming, you come at me, I'm coming back at you. So I think that it would be hard for me to do so. She doesn't seem to be very receptive to me. And I'm surmising their conversation. Laura's like, listen, sometimes people just need a hug. Like, can you just be the bigger person and not pay attention to that and just show her some love? And Jackie didn't agree to that, but she's not there to make waves. And she would like to kind of get her and Brooke to kind of, squash things and have that conversation. But she doesn't really trust it. And I can't blame her. I can't blame her for that. I will say that it seemed like she was taking ownership in her part in it, but she's also being honest about it depends on how the conversation starts. You can't be calling me itch bays and I'm not going to turn around and call you a hoe. So we can go either way, kind of thing. So anyway, all the tequila must be getting to Brooke, honey, because she is having a bachelorette party um later that night and she's hosting it and she invites Evelyn. I mean, no. She invites Jackie and Cheyenne. And she says the tequila must have me really, really soft. But I was glad that she did because it seems like they are trying to be in a good space. And I think by excluding Jackie would have probably taint the trip. So I was appreciative that she did. I'm just hoping that it goes well. Jen is making it a point that this isn't just my bachelorette party. This is also Jaceel. Jaceel is a new bride. So this is for both of us. And I love that she, even though she may not have been, thought of in the planning part, that Jen was making a very active campaign to include Jaceel in this moment. And y'all know I love me a good sister girl moment. So I'll take my wins where I can. And I like that. I like that about Jen. So let's see. Brooke and Evelyn get the decorations. The theme is lace and leather. So they're decorating the suite. And she says she put her differences aside with Evelyn to kind of, make sure that this night goes off without a hitch. And I was appreciative of that. And that is something that Brooke, despite anything else that may show up with Brooke, that is something that she's really good at. Trying to put things aside. She did it when she was officiating that wedding and she was frustrated with Jen telling her business. Um, and I won't bore you guys trying to think of another time. That may have been the only other time. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments if it's that important. But I did appreciate her doing it. I did appreciate her doing it in this moment because they are trying to have this bachelorette party. And I was looking forward to seeing the girls have a good time. So this party gets started. Everybody looks great. Jackie looks great. They are giving Jackie compliments on her lace and stuff. I love the theme. I love the setting. It was pretty cool, and my papers are, making their debut because you guys hear me flipping pages. Anyway, so they're playing games, and they're doing this kind of like card game where you can either take, it's basically like truth or dare, but it's truth or shots, or truth or, what do you call it, dare or a shot kind of situation. So if you are a squirter or a shooter, take a shot. I don't know the difference. I mean, I'm not going to get into the Pornhub of it all. But I was like, what's the difference? Anyway, so that was an opportunity to take a shot. The next one was show your boobs or take a shot. A couple of people showed their boobs, and the majority of them took a shot. Let's see, Jackie. Oh, they noticed that Jackie was recording. And some of them were starting to get annoyed with that. And Laura, oh my goodness, Laura Govan is so funny. She's like, listen, she's in the older age. She may need to record some things so she can reference, like a memory refresher. She is dodging any kind of Jackie beef or drama in any kind of way that she can. And I thought that was so funny. Um, anyway, so y'all, I'm corny like that, but I did thought that was funny. So Brandy, they're having a good time. They're playing the game, and Brandy is feeling the tequila, and so she pulls Jackie aside. She wants to have the conversation with Jackie about why she mentioned her fertility stuff on this call that they got. And I'm just bracing myself, like, I hope this goes well. Like, Brandy, couldn't this have waited? But she said in her confessional, that's how she felt, and this was the time. And I'm always, I can't tell anybody how to feel about their situation or they hurt feelings, honey, because I know when minds are sensitive. Oh, we gonna have to talk. But it went well. I was surprised that it went well, and I was proud of Jackie. So Jackie's like, okay, I know you're gonna cuss me out. Let's go ahead and get it over with. Let me just hear it. And Brandy wasn't turned up or anything like that. Her feelings were hurt. Did it with she addressed Jackie with kind of like a we use this in leadership. It's a sandwich. It's like you do the good and then you put like the bad part in the middle, and then you close it out with the good. That's kind of like the sandwich. I forget the term. It's been a while since I've been in that role, but she tells her how much how much she really cared about her and she trusted her, was all the warm fuzzy stuff. Um, and then she is honest about how she's having a hard time understanding, with given their relationship, how could you say those things knowing that I can't have children, and the things about my marriage, knowing that that I've dealt with these issues, and you've kind of been firsthand. You and Doug have counseled us and have been instrumental in helping save my marriage, so how could you do that? And Jackie said that she wasn't supposed to hear that conversation. The person who shared that with her just wanted her to be hurt. And so this is kind of a glimpse of Jackie not owning stuff, because she's putting it off on the friend or whomever shared the information. So it's kind of like that example. But in the next breath, she's like, listen, I'm sorry. Anything that I've said that was hurtful, I know that that wasn't a good thing. And, I really do care about you. You are a basketball wife. For real, for real. So at the end of the day, we may have our moments. We may fight like sisters, or maybe not so sisters, but I really do have your back. And basically, you just gonna have to excuse me, girl. I'm crazy and I put stuff out there that I shouldn't, and I regret it. And here we are. And Brandy accepts her apology. So they are in a good space. Um oh, Brandy apologized too. So Brandy apologized for when they had the Shawnee Rosa, when they had the Shawnee Rosa, and she went left on Jackie and said all those nasty things to Jackie. She apologized to her too. And I thought that that was genuine. And I just, listen, I'm here for the good time and the healthy conversations and making things right and all that stuff. Like, I don't think that the formula that has been used in reality TV is the formula that needs to be stuck with. Like, it's time to get over it. So I like that they were moving in that direction, at least in this episode. I mean, we got a premiere of last episode, and I thought it was going to be some wigs tugging, but it didn't happen. So we got a premiere in the next episode, and it seems like it may be some wigs tugging. So it may or may not happen. I did appreciate this. So, let's see. They have one more game to play. So Brandy and Jackie rejoins the group. They're continuing with their stuff in the meantime. Like, they're not trying to, no one is concerned with whatever it is that they're out there talking about. They continue, the rest of the group kind of continue with their bachelorette party. So when they join, they have one more game, one more card that they're going to pull. They've had a lot of shots. Jen is obviously out there because she was even talking about her sexcapades with her dude and what he does to her Hello Kitty. And we don't see that kind of openness from Jen. And it was appreciated. It was appreciated. Even the girls enjoyed that part of Jen being so loose. So the next card is kiss the person next to you, or take two shots. I don't even think she finished the question before just Jacelle was like, pour me my drink. I'm ready. And I get that because she's recently married. Child, I would have been drinking too. I would have did three. I don't like the taste of alcohol on a dude that I'm dating because I am totally single. So I can't even say my dude's uh, you know, breath. I do not like kissing the taste of alcohol. Absolutely not. So I definitely couldn't, you know, tongue kiss a woman with alcohol. It's a hell to the no for me. So but Brandy, no, not Brandy. Brooke and Evelyn, go for it. Like, you know, we on our second date. Kind of go for it. Jackie over there, She is narrating a romance novel and then gave them their whole little story and script. That was so funny to me. I don't know why, because I'm goofy, child. But anyway, Jackie over there got her commentary going on them and this tongue kissing thing of it all. And Brooke enjoyed it. Not saying that they're gonna have more fun later, but she enjoyed it. She said Evelyn was a good kisser. Um, so at least that will help them make up. Jen, y'all, this was so sweet. Jen is Jen is the crying drunk. She is the crying emotional drunk. She is emotional. She's in her feelings and she wants to give Evelyn her flowers. And she appreciates Evelyn for the growth that she's seen her do. They have a lot of history and we know that she and Jen have had their almost come to blows kind of history. And so she acknowledges that Evelyn took a lot of crap about this trip and bringing Jackie along and all of that. And for the most part, she took it in stride. Now, she don't have any holler for Brandy when Brandy comes for her, for real. But it was a lot that she took, and Jen wanting to acknowledge that and to acknowledge her growth, um, and just show appreciation for her. And I just thought it was so sweet, and it was also kind of funny because Jen is obviously tipsy and she mentions Jaceel, how she wanted this to be part of her thing too, because she is recently married and she's not selfish. It can't be all about her. And I just thought it was a great sister representation thing. Y'all know I'm always there for that scene. So it was a great way to close the night. And Jen told him don't come calling her in the morning because she was gonna sleep in because she was pretty tipsy. Let's see. I think that's the end, y'all. Do. Let me just make sure. Yep. I think we need a blooper reel from this bachelorette party. I would love to see a blooper reel. This is kind of what I probably am sounding really loud right now. But this is what I'm here for. Like I love the balance of the drama and some good conversation, talking things out, even if you have to agree to disagree, because that was with Jaceel and Cheyenne. Um, but just having fun and letting loose and all the silly moments that you have when you're on trips and when you're hanging out with your girlfriends. Like, I really hope that reality TV can kind of make this move, because obviously the audience is over all the fighting and the drama, and that's my spiel. I enjoyed this episode a lot, and I'm hoping that I get to see more of it. And these little drama clips that they're giving us, that they're just kind of little preludes to just keep us drawn in. But shout out to Basketball Wives LA. I enjoyed this episode, whether I believe everybody's being honest or not, and I think for the most part that they were. um and I hope I didn't miss anything because it's too late for me to go back. Let's get to the comments. Let's see what Jay is talking about. Oh, okay. So you're a little nervous, be extremely vulnerable because it's going to deal with health, and I'm going to talk about my health, and I'm going to do some unboxing. Okay, okay. I definitely love to support you on that. That sounds like a good move. So I hope it goes well too. Don't be nervous, girl. I be nervous as soon as I get ready. Like I be all set when it's time to go live. And I'm like, but when it's time to hit that button, the butterflies start. And I'll be like, is this a good idea? Did I get my notes right? Am I covering the right things? And I just have to go for it. And you just have to do the same. You know, it's always an honor to be in this space and to be able to kind of bring our commentary. I'm so grateful just for the platform and just to have this kind of fun, but I get you, girl. But your audience will be there for you. What's for you will be there. So kudos to you. Let's see. What else? Hopefully so. I like that. I like that. What's your whoop whoop? Oh, about the Basketball Wives episode. I enjoyed it. I needed that coming off the Love and Marriage Huntsville um drama. So I think that they did a good job. I appreciated it. I probably should have started a little later like I normally do, but I wanted to go ahead and get this over with. um because I'm like, why wait? So I'm still learning my timing and piece, but I did enjoy it. Let me drop a trivia question before this goes. So someone is writing a book in the episode, like getting into like a prelude of the next episode. Someone is writing a book and they are talking about a friend who was instrumental in breaking up their marriage. Who is that someone? A pretty dominant, not so dominant, let's say prevalent figure in the Basketball Wives LA, Basketball Wives franchise. There's your clue. And that's your trivia question. Just drop your answer in the comments and I will tally up the points. Jay, good luck on the next channel. I have subscribed to you from my other channel. So that's where I kind of, get all your updates and stuff. So I'll definitely be looking because I'm trying to be on that channel more often and I'm streaming a lot more. So it's just easier for me to catch the notifications from the people that I kind of follow. So you may have seen that switch. But I'm definitely here to support you and I wish you well on that. It sounds like a great avenue. So I hope it goes well. And if there are no more comments from me, I am going to head on out and I will be back soon with another review or another live. It is your girl Duchess. I have appreciated all of the support thus far. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in and popping in. And I have one last comment. Yeah, that's her, Laura. You said your guest is Laura or whatever that Govan sister. Um, yeah, what's the other one's name? Gloria. The other one's name is Gloria. I like Laura better than, well, I mean, I don't have a dislike for either one of them really, but I definitely like Laura and she's doing a good job navigating so much and she has that same cool laid back energy. I'm just hoping that no one kind of comes for her because Laura's not to be played with. She's not to be played with. She will definitely go there. But from what I remember from her, she has to be provoked. And when she's provoked, hmm hmm she definitely has that smoke. I would say she would definitely give Brooke a run for her money for sure. So I like her a lot. I'm happy to see her. And I think that she's a good balance. Thank you, Jay. You have a good night too. And I so appreciate you dropping in my live, girl. I will definitely be checking out both of your channels. And I'm always here to support. So you guys have a good night. I appreciate you tuning in. It's your girl Duchess, and I'm out.